Very good morning to all of you. In this presentation, I'm going to tell you about the evaluation and retrofitting of existing buildings, RCC buildings. So in this presentation, we are going to have some overviews or definitions and what we are going to have. Actually, my result is just a little bit delayed, and what we are going to have. Retrofitting is adding a new features or some materials to the existing buildings to resist that for some lateral and vertical loads. A short definition for retrofitting. In objectives, we can say why we are doing retrofitting: to resist the building from the seismic loads, the seismic activities, or to give a strength to the building. We can say the ductility, to improve the ductility and stiffness of a building. There, a retrofitting is needed. Or the most important word, which is the public lives and the safety for the public. And also the structure, the existing structure, serviceability. We have already defined a retrofitting. How will we do a retrofitting? If a vertical load is acting on a building, or a horizontal load is acting, for lateral loads we may have some bracings, steel bracings, or we may have shear walls. And for vertical loads, we are retrofitting a building to support roofs or floors. Here, how we will do it? We can add some moment frames, and also we can have increase the jackets and also add some jackets for the ductility. So also we can say for a building's basements we can have isolation systems and also jumping elements, and also we can have wind plates or plain wood panels. So for some cases, in a brick case, we can add to retrofit our building. We can have some reinforces, or there might be concrete layer and also prefabricated panels. So steel plates are also one of the retrofitting techniques. We can use it. We are going to use them. And also for sheet girls, steel stirrups, and we may have some chemical bonds also. So we have already studied about retrofitting, how to retrofit our building. So later on we will see the failures there, how a failure will happen. So in this case we are going to have a plastic hinge failure. This is due to smaller members of the ties in a building, and also the insufficient reinforcement. Diagonal shear crack, which is one of the most important things which happen in the middle of the columns. It happens in columns, and because of wide spanning and transverse reinforcement. Shear and split failures also. Shear flexures, according to beam, we may study that how a retrofitting is happening in a beam. Shear cracks, according to the longitudinal compressive and transverse forces. Shear in beam column joints and shear crackings. How in a shear wall, if there is a crack, so in a slab, how it will happen? From a shear wall, it will transfer. Diagonal tension and compression. Because of in a shear wall, it may resist both the tensional and compression forces. Sliding shears, shear failures, and also in a retrofitting, mainly two kind of parapet walls. In a parapet walls, we may have out of plane failures and brittle failures. These we are going to happen in a retrofitting techniques, and as a result we have got it there. In a retrofitting, to retrofit any building, we can have in both cases one by global and the second by a local cases. In global cases, we have the members adding by a shear wall, infill wall, parapet wall, and also side walls, or a mass reduction for a building, and also supplement damping and base isolation system. And in a local, we may have jacketings. If that is steel, if that is fabrics, or if that is in beam column and beam and column joints, and also for the strengthening, maybe we may have strengthening the individual members of a building to retrofit the building. We have studied all about that. If lateral and vertical loads are happening in a building, in spite that we must consider, we must know that there are some other cases which causes.
You're already exceeded time.
Okay, sir. So that is cracking and spelling, which is you can see, and disintegration and discolorization and surface whites. As a result, we may have all of them. We may design a building and start pro. Nowadays, I've just admitted myself in admission, and I've done admission and start pro. I will do that later on, and also for the castings of existing or retrofitting buildings. Thank you very much.
What is ductile?